Hi, this is Stacy, and this is a tutorial about Demibooks Composer. Okay, so in this tutorial we're going to talk about page turns. And the first place you go when you're setting up a page turn is to the gears icon, which is for book detail, and this is where you make all the global decisions about your book app. So here you'll see things like title and store description and so forth. And down here near the bottom, page navigation and transition. The page turn I've got chosen here is curl to the left. You can also choose slide and vortex and fade and some other nice transition effects. The duration is in seconds. I have mine at 0.2, which is about 1/5 of a second. It's going to be really quick. So those are my page turns. I don't actually have page 1 and page 2 laid out yet, but I have put some colors in there so that we can distinguish one page from another. So from the cover to pink to blue. Now I'm going to do preview and see the effect, and I think I'm going to see my page turn, but actually I'm not going to, because in Composer you have to have some kind of icon for page turn. It doesn't just swipe like an EPUB. So if you go like this and you're not seeing your page turn, it's not an error. I'm going to show you how to achieve page turns. So this is what the master page is designed for. The master page is for global navigation elements and any other elements you want to make persistent throughout your book. So I'm going to add some arrows to this page. I have one called Arrow Previous, and I have one called Arrow Next. Okay, now let's go look at my other page. If you look at page 2, I don't see the arrows, but if I press preview, they're there. Good. Now how do I make them actually turn the pages? If I go back to master, right now these are just objects, so they're really just decorative until I assign behaviors to them. So I'm going to touch this one, which is the previous arrow, and touch the lightning bolt, which is where all the behaviors live. So I'm going to call it PREV, previous page, and then go back and say if, and I'm going to keep the sender as the default arrow previous, which is the name of the image. That is the sender. The event user touch begins, which basically means the user touches this thing, something will happen. I press done, then add function. The target of this event is the book itself, because we want this page turn to happen all the time and throughout the book. So the target is this book. The function is go to previous page, and you think you're done by pressing done, but you're not. You still have to press back and then say save. So let's go over to page 2. So if I press the next button, nothing happens, but if I press the previous button, my page turns. Done. Now you'll notice if you go to the cover page, my arrows do not appear. Why is this? Composer has been designed so that the global elements that appear on the master page do not appear on the cover page, typically because the cover contains different artwork than the rest of the book, just like a traditional book. So what I have to do is I have to add another arrow, and in fact I could really just copy the one from the master page. If this already had a behavior set to it, I could simply copy, go to the cover page, and paste, and that behavior would follow it. There. Now let's preview that. Next page, previous page, and next page. Works like a charm.